Hello, my dear champions. I welcome you to today's session where we are going to talk about something really interesting and powerful. Jack Canfield said the best way to achieve your goals is to keep them on top of your mind so that you're always looking for ways to move yourself closer to them. And a vision board is the perfect tool to help you do that. So, in today's session, we are going to talk about building up and designing empowering vision boards. Now, what is a vision board? A vision board or a mood board or a dream board is a visualization tool to build a collage of words and pictures that represent our goals, wishes, and dreams. Now, we might think, oh, this is so kiddish, or you might resist the idea because you do not have time. And you might say that this is luxury, I do not have time and space in my life for such fantasies. Or you might say, I'm not creative enough to do this. So then, let me tell you, none of these voices in your head reflect reality. Creating a vision board will take about an hour or so, and it does not require any special skills, talents, or creativity. If you want to do it, you can easily do it. It's certainly not a fantasy or a luxury activity. The activity provides you much needed focus and clarity. And it's a great way to unleash your creativity and maximize your potential. Now, let's move forward and let me ask you this question. If you've never heard of Oprah Winfrey and her love for vision boards, I'm sure all of you have heard about Oprah Winfrey, but how many of us have really heard about her vision boards and her love for vision boards? If you haven't, then I suggest you listen very carefully to this. Oprah is an incredibly successful businesswoman and celebrity. And one thing that she used to talk about a lot was using a vision board to help her manifest all her dreams, her aspirations into success. Now, personally speaking, lately I've been wanting to focus more on my goals. So I filled out a goal sheet and then I made a vision board and I created a vision board. So I usually make a vision board at every major change and I keep updating it. And similarly, if you are also looking forward to make a positive change and focus on your goals, then today's discussion of ours is going to help you decide if the vision board is right for you. Now, back in the time when we were just at the start of our life, into career, into family, a lot of things, me and my husband designed our mutual, our collaborative vision board. And in the last 10 years, we have been able to really transform our life with the help of that vision board. Also, a lot of athletes, the Olympic athletes, they are also known to use imagery and visualization as mental training to do dramatically improve their performance. Emily Cook of the United States, freestyle ski, visualizes each aerial jump as part of her training for the Olympics. Canadian bobsledder Lyndon Rush, he was sitting at the airport. He was sitting at the airport in the Munich, airport, and he was already on the Olympic sliding track several days before the Winter Olympics were held. His eyes were wide open, but his mind's eye far away, where he traced a sinus path through the air with his left hand. And he said, I just went from 7 to 14. And he said, referring to the section of the track between curve 7 and curve 14. Now, that is the power of visualization. And visualization has long been a part of the elite sports. Now, Al Otter, a 4-time Olympic discus champion, and the tennis star Billie Jean King were among those using it in the 1960s. So it's an age-old system, it's an age-old practice, and has powerful, powerful results. Now, the practice of mentally simulating competition has become increasingly sophisticated, essential, and elaborate when we talk about in the sports, era. It's spilling over in dreams into imagining the content of news conferences or the view from the bus window on the way to the downhill. Now, the Nicole Detling, a sports psychologist, she's with the United States Olympic team. She says, the more an athlete can imagine the entire package, how they're performing, what happens after that, the success, the popularity, all of that. So the more an athlete can imagine the entire package, the better it is going to be. There's going to be higher desire, higher push, and higher aspiration to achieve that visualization and bring it into reality. And this is more than ever a multi-sensory endeavor. And therefore, a big suggestion for all of us is visualize your future with a vision board. Now, the question might arise, why should we create? Because creating a vision board and putting it on our wall or at our home, office, anywhere, or in the corner, but it is the greatest creative investment that we can ever make. Because visualization as a practice, as an exercise, is very powerful. And because as you're preparing your subconscious for greater and better life, visualization really helps as a boost. So as you put your imagination, dreams, and wishes on your mood board, you're also making them a bit more concrete. You're involving, rather than just the mind, more of your senses to actually have them on top of your mind. So by placing them in a personal and professional space, you're also reminding yourself to focus on these things. So visually also you're getting more signals, more stimulus where you're being reminded of them, right? So, and as you display what you really want, you're bringing them closer to reality, right? You're more reminded of them. Whenever you focus on these images, you're expanding your sense of what is possible. You will also create an inspirational collage of your imagined future. So, in short, you can use vision boards to create inspiration, affirmation, visualization, and communication. And vision boards capture your identity, your vision, desire, dreams, wishes, aspirations, and all of that. Now, what can we all included in the vision board? Now, very simple. You can include images, words, colors, visual metaphors, artwork, quotes, fonts, textures, patterns, accessories, verbal explanations, whatever you wish to have. So whichever mode of expression, whichever mode of visual stimulus really helps you, really works with you, use all of that. So the focus has to be on which emotions do you wish to capture and convey. Focus on the meaning of the big picture or on the abstract look and feel of it, right? Do not go very technical into it. So here we begin to understand. Now that we know we all what the vision board does for us and what all can we include, let's quickly learn some 6 simple steps to prepare powerful and inspiring vision boards, right? First thing that we have to decide is if you want to go do this digital or in the physical form. So if you go for digital, so you will have to pull out images and words from the internet, assemble them digitally, make a collage of them, or you can use Pinterest, Mood Dream, or Instagram to get inspired and get some ideas around it. Personally, I like the second option better, where we do it in the physical form, because there's something magical about using your hands, and that touch sense really working and helping you along with the visual your sense, and like the old school ways. And that completely refreshes and revitalizes us. So I prefer the second one, and more or less the pattern, the process remains the same. We are going to talk about what are the steps that help you make that vision board completely from the scratch. The first step in creating a powerful vision board is to create a list of goals you'd like to achieve in your future. That's the first thing, because you would want to be specific, be very, very focused about what all needs to go there, right? So in order to visualize your goals, first, we need to know what they are. Spend time getting clarity on exactly what you want your ideal life to look like. And write down whatever comes to your mind. This will guide you to launch you closer to your goal. So be clear why you are here. Decide what you want. Be absolute clear. And when we are clear about with that complete list of goals, it's important to set the smarter goals. So first consider what you want to achieve and then commit it to set smarter, right? So the goal has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be attainable, it has to be relevant, and it has to be time bound. So the SMART goals, right? Because they motivate us and they help us become successful in much possible ways. So write them down and plan the steps that you will take to make these goals achievable, right? And then when you are done with those lists and when you start achieving those, you can just strike them off, right? So that's the part where we are deciding about what all goals should be there, what all has to go into my vision board, what all has to be included in my vision board, and what all deserves to be right there, because I am trying to achieve all of those, right? So bring a lot of clarity on that. And what is also important is the fact that to give a broad, balanced coverage of all important areas in our life, it's not just okay or enough to have just some goals, right? So it's important that we try to set goals in some of the following categories that we're just about to, talk about. So focus that you have some or the other goals in each of these categories, not too many, but some or the other. Now, the first kind of goal that you can set for yourself is self goal. So, how do you want to be happy? What do you really want to do for your inner self, right? So, self goals, which you really want to do for your own self. Now, the second level of goals that comes here, which is about the physical goals. So, are there any athletic goals, or do you want a good health in the old days? So, what do you want to have as a physical, health regime? So, any physical health goals, anything that you have to do with, the strength and all of those things. So, have those goals as well. Now, when we talk about this, then we move on to attitude as well. So, is there any part of our mindset that holds us back, any limiting beliefs, or is there any part of the way my behavior is that upsets me? I know that this is something that I need to correct. So, I also focus on some of the attitude goals that I need to work on. Then comes the family goals. So, what are the family goals that we wish to achieve? So, do I want to get married, or if I'm married, do I want to be parent, or what all do I want to do for my family? So, how do I? What's my plan to have my parents safe and healthy? What's my plan to have my children have a great future? So, something which is related on the emotional front and more of connectedness front. In terms of family, that's the fourth goal that we can have. The next is career goal. So, what level do you want to reach in your career, or what do you want to achieve? So, have specific ideas around it. The next goal that you can have in your life is the education goal. So, is there any knowledge or skill that we want to acquire in particular? And if there's an information, or if there is any some sort of information or something that I need to acquire in order to achieve other goals. So, like career goal or education goal. So, career goal or family goal or physical goal. So, any skill that I require comes under education goal. Then comes the financial goals, right? So, when you talk about financials, how much do you want to earn, by what stage, and how is this financial goal related to my career goal, or how is this financial goal really sufficing to my say family goal, right, or my education goal? So, we take into consideration all of that which require finances, and then decide about our financial goals. We can also have some artistic goals if we have the artistic side of us. So, do you want to achieve any artistic goals? Do you want to create something for your own self or for people around you? And the last goal that we can have is about public service. So, do you want to make this world a better place? If so, how? So, anything that you want to do as a social responsibility aspect of your life. So, if all of these are there as a part of your entire vision board, which you can make on a big sheet of paper, we're talking about creating a physical vision board, then of course, these have to be there in some point of time. At some place, it has to be there. So, maybe the family, career, financial goals are more in number. Maybe public service or artistic goals are less in number, but that's okay, because everybody's share of these goals is different. It's very, very subjective to different people. So, but make sure that you have goals in all of these, and spend some time brainstorming these things, and then select one or more goals in each category. Not, but then when you have done that, and then consider trimming again, so that you have a small number of really significant goals that you can focus on, because there might be a high chance that once you are writing a whole list of goals, and then you reflect on it, filter out on it, and do all of those things, and then you realize eventually I've just got 5-6 major goals, and if I do that, all of them are going to be achieved in the process of achieving this goal. So that's how, when we do it, that we are just making sure that the goals that we have set are the ones that we genuinely want to achieve, and not the ones that our parents, family, or anybody around us might want us to achieve, right? But if you're working with a partner, then of course you need to collaborate with them, and then make those goals, include everybody's, so both of yours views and inputs and aspirations into it. But it's important that you're absolutely true to yourself, and the partner is also true to themselves. Do not create some dreams just for the sake of somebody else. Create your own dreams and put them right there. Make sense? Great. So that was the first idea. Be very focused on the goals that you want to achieve. Now, This is the most crucial part of a vision board because the rest is just great fun. It is just amazing, great fun. But this is something which requires more of thought process, more of focus, and more of strategic thinking. So now that we have done that, let's move on to the fun part about creating a vision board because it's really, really fun. What we need to do now as a second step of this process is collect a bundle of old magazines or newspapers with beautiful pictures. Now, if you're not a magazine reader or currently don't have any magazines at home, ask your friends to give you, or you could also be able to pick up some from just paying a little expense from the local magazine or newspaper stall. And you can use old magazine, newspapers, your own photos as well. So have them all collected together. Now, if you want to move to a home with, say, waterfront property, right? Don't worry if you can't find a picture of your perfect dream home. Perhaps a picture of an ocean sunset will be enough to inspire you because that's what you will actually see when you are residing in that kind of a property. So, or if you say would like to reach a specific level in your career, instead of hunting for a picture of a professional who looks authoritative, find a picture that represents success to you. Maybe an image of a person addressing a large audience, or even a picture of a graph with growth at its peak. So what is important is to find a picture that represents your goals and inspire you. And while we do that, it's important that we schedule a couple hours one evening, just a couple of hours, maybe on a weekend, to go through the magazine and cut out pictures that represent our goals and speak to our heart in some meaningful way. So what also helps us is like the way we did for our team last time. We actually turned on the music, and with the little musical party going on as we cut our images from the magazine and newspaper, it made it very vibrant, fun setting to visualize our goals. So that really helps. So while you're cutting the pictures, have some soothing music around, fun music around. Also, when looking for images in the magazine, look for those that immediately make you say, yes, this is what I want. Do not overthink. So they don't have to be physical objects or literal interpretations of what you want, but focus on how the images make you feel. And if that is what your goal is also about to make you feel, then of course that's the image for you. Make sense now? Great. Now, when you have collected all these pictures, make a collage out of your photos. So just cut those pictures roughly in an abstract way, and then just paste them on a sheet of paper. Maybe use an A3 paper or a poster. And it's important that just use a little glue to keep pictures in place. Also remember, champions, that there is beauty in simplicity and clarity. Too many images, too much information will be distracting and harder to focus on. Keep it neat and be selective about what you place in your vision board. It's a good idea to avoid creating a cluttered or chaotic board because we are creating this vision board so that we can manifest this vision board and the items on this vision board into a reality. And if there is chaos on the vision board, we do not want to attract chaos in our life, right? So let's not have any chaos. Let's have it neat, clear, focused, and very, very simple and with absolute clarity. Make sense? Great. So when we have made a collage out of our photos, spread and pasted over that entire sheet, now let's move forward and add motivational affirmation words that represent how you want to feel. So use powerful words which really, really resonate with you. So whatever words you really find them powerful, you find them as a mantra of your life, such as joyful, abundant, powerful, fearless, loved, strong, healthy, loving, financially free, being acknowledged, positive adjectives, positive environment, mind self, build trust, affirmation. So all of these words, they have to be found in those in those magazines, somewhere printed, somewhere right there, and then cut them and then paste them as well. So take some time to create a list of these words that really describe how you want to feel, and then search for them or write it down, or just if you found it in the magazines, cut them and then add them along with those pictures, add them at places where you think they are visually attractive and they are really, really making sense. And that's how you create a powerful vision board, right? So it looks somewhere like pictures are there and the text is of this understanding this vision board is to take a few moments to contemplate your vision board every day. To get a full benefit from a vision board, it's important that we place it somewhere where we can see it every day. So, how do we use our vision board? Very simple. Let's have some steps quickly about how to use this vision board, how to use this dream board, right? So, this is our last step in understanding how, when we have created a vision board, what do I do now? So, let's understand